Well, I'm going to take another drive down to South Florida. It's maybe a 4 hour drive or so from where I am. And the good news is I'm in love with FSD 12.6. And I think it's going to continue. I have had zero issues. I'm not even sure I've had any interventions at all since I got it. So let's take a long ride together again. So here we go, guys. I'm in northern Florida and on the Atlantic coast. I woke up this morning, it was 36 degrees with a pretty stiff wind that's not making it feel much better. And I am heading for South Florida today, also on the Atlantic coast side, where at least the temperature will end up around 70. So let's see how we do in more flat driving, etc. I'm heading to a supercharger here. And then we will head. Now, how long is the state of Florida, this peninsula? Well, I have over a 3 hour drive to get to the location I'm going to in Florida. Long way. So let's see how we drive here on these local roads. Here come some people with dogs, and they have been spotted. The temperature, this says, is 48. I parked my car in Orlando for 8 days. When I parked it, it was at 80% state of charge. When I returned 8 days later, it was at 78% state of charge. So I had these terrible worries about what would happen for parking my car so long. Didn't matter. It has just hit 50 degrees. So I would call it a rapid warm-up. Changing lanes into the left lane as it should have done. Who would you have believed there'd be a little snowflake on the screen here in Florida? This was the correct lane to get into. So I'm still liking how now the way it's making lane changes, picking which lanes to get into and out of. I'm liking this quite a bit. So I'm on the coast here. You can see the ocean there. And the wind is coming directly off the ocean right now. So maybe that's why it's heating up, because I think the water temperature is in the 60s. So that would tend to make it just a little bit warmer here. We'll see as we head inland.
Now turn left onto State Road 312 West.
Really nice, smooth turns. There's a car to my right. I think we would have probably gotten into the right lane had it not been there. And that's exactly what it's doing. Boy, these changes are... I'm not sure what these directions will do. I actually think I need to get into the left lane, but there's a new road ahead. So let me see what happens here. If I stay in this lane, it should take me to this new extension. It did not. It's taking me to a left turn lane. Oh, I take it back. I went back to the right lane here. So anyway, this is a brand new road, and it's a bypass, so the directions have been updated. Just a week ago, it did not take me on this road. It saw the speed limit decrease to 35 and now to 30. So the minor issues I had with it reading speed limits are corrected. This is a nice little shortcut. Very nice turn. Getting into the right lane because I will have to make a right up in under 2 miles. Also very nice. Continued to be impressed. Temperature 50 degrees. So even leaving the ocean area and coming inland, the temperature has remained pretty constant. It is not what I had expected. We're heading to a Wawa here, and we'll be making a turn in just over a half a mile. And let's see how close we get to the actual superchargers before I take over. I don't know if you've noticed, but again, it's another drive without any interventions.
Now turn right onto Inman Road.
Perfect right on red. The Wawa is on the left.
Now turn left.
Car coming. We turned in front easily.
Your destination is on the left.
And so let's see where we go here. Kind of curious. Lots of cars here, by the way.
Now your destination is on the right.
No, it's not. But anyway. I will bring us in here. I'll let Tesla direct me in. So this Wawa is off of Interstate 95 in St. Augustine, Florida. This is a nice place, guys. So if you're in the area, I suggest you use this. Here's what we're going to do. I am just going to stay here a few more minutes. Charge is very, very slow. I'm at 58.9 kilowatts. So I am actually going to go south about 55 miles to Buc-ee's. And by then, hopefully, the battery will be well conditioned or preconditioned and ready to go. And this has me making 3 stops to my destination in South Florida. And I'd like to cut out one of those stops. Hey, just a hint for any of you guys traveling on Interstate 95 in Florida. So right now, I just put in a destination down south. And it has me stopping in Daytona Beach, which is what I really wanted to do. However, it has me stopping at a charger that is not Buc-ee's. It's only a few miles from Buc-ee's. It's very close. And it's an older charger location at, I think, a Target store. So I just want to let you all know that you may have to manually go ahead and put in the Buc-ee's brand new chargers there. Well, let me give you a bit of an update here. We're at 16 miles from the exit, but I have to change that. What happened was, because I put Buc-ee's in, for some reason it wasn't preconditioning the battery, so I had to change it to a different charger. So anyway, we're preconditioning the battery. We've been doing that for a while. We're 16 miles from the exit, as I said, and when we started out, we were going to get there with 16%. That 16% is now 9%. So that's come down quite a bit. And let's take a peek at the drive here. So we're at 282 watt hours per mile. That's pretty high. That's not good, in other words. It says I have 32 miles of energy left in the car, which is fine. So that part is good. Let's look at the drive itself. And as you look at the drive, driving shows minus 0.7%, so that's good. So I've driven a little bit better than was anticipated. The climate was about what was expected. As a matter of fact, just slightly better. Battery preconditioning cost 3.2%. So as you know, on this whole trip, we've seen that this battery preconditioning has been a big deal. Elevation was nothing. I'm on flat ground. Everything else added just a tiny bit. Traveling below 70 would have given me another 1.3%. There's the wind from the north saved 1.5%. So if you remember, I told you the breeze was coming off the ocean, and it's kind of a little bit east or north of east. So there you go. Here we go. Left turn, smooth, good. Go up to another traffic light.
500 feet, turn left onto Gateway
And make a left.
Now turn left onto Gateway North Drive.
Yeah, I think something will have to be done about this area here for coming and going. All right, so here is Buc-ee's on the left. And let's see where, I'm gonna let the car decide where to go and what to do.
In 500 feet, turn left.
You can see it shows the chargers over here.
Now turn left. In 500 feet.
This is one mean, nasty, busy Buc-ee's. Here we go. I'll let the car take us out of here. Turn here. There's a UPS truck on the left coming, but I have plenty of room. Made it. I made all kinds of changes in our routing as this has become a complex trip in a way. Anyway, we're going to go to Titusville, Florida next. With this wind, I could tell you there won't be any space launches out of there today. And here we go with our right arm red. And we'll be making another right turn.
500 feet.
Usually Buc-ee's are easy to get on and off and in and out of. Not this one. We are going to head to the south and merge someplace up here on the right. Another red light, another traffic light. I didn't know you could fit this many traffic lights in such a small area. And once we get on the interstate again and start heading south, I'll take a bit of a rest from the camera. See a pretty big circle here we're making by the Buc-ee's. Very, very, very busy, by the way. Here we go. We'll merge. And we did. And we're heading south for only 50 miles. We got into the center lane quickly, didn't we? So we'll see you in about 45 miles. We are 2 miles from our exit. We have just crossed from the center to the right lane. You could see that our watt hours per mile are pretty high at just about 300 with no green at all there. We still have that wind behind us. And let's see here. So we're 1.1 miles from the exit, and we're 2.2 miles from the charger. I have never been here, so for me this is a brand new place, as we are west of the Kennedy Space Center. I will tell you, there are very fast drivers on this particular leg. People passing me at unbelievable speeds. We have 3/10 of a mile. Here we go.
Take exit 215 on the right.
So we'll get off the exit here. I think we're going to make a left, as best I can tell from looking over there.
To Cheney Highway.
And we are. There is no, well, there is a red light here. I didn't know if there was a light here or not. So we have a light. Looks like it's a main drag of some kind. We have 9/10 of a mile to go. We have been preconditioning. We have a lot of energy left. We still have 22%. So that was my fault. I misjudged. And there's plenty of available spaces at the charger we're heading to, wherever that might be. I'm not sure we're going to make this light. I am going to make a sharp right up here in 3/10 of a mile. The car knows that it's going to pass this truck. Nice. Then we'll get in the right lane, I'm sure. And we are.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Columbia Boulevard.
Cool. We crossed over 2 lanes there. And we're going to make our right turn here.
Boulevard.
It's checking the traffic that's oncoming. There's nobody coming after this car, and there we go. Yes, I am still extremely, extremely impressed. Hey, a green light.
In 500 feet, turn right.
Wrong right turn, but it corrected itself. Very good.
Now turn right.
Here's the chargers right here on the right at a target. There's a lot of chargers here, by the way. Lots. I'll go over here by the Cybertruck. Neat looking Cybertruck. We are just over 2 miles from our supercharger in Melbourne, Florida. And you can see there's a lot more activity and homes and buildings here than we've had for quite a while. And so this is a very, very quick stop. Still something like 6 minutes is all that's there. That'll get me to Fort Pierce. I messed up at the last stop. Actually, I could have just stayed at the last stop for a little bit longer and skipped Melbourne completely and just moved on to Fort Pierce. Actually, I almost have enough to get to Fort Pierce. So anyway, I have caused 2 stops today that I didn't need to do, but kind of learn through these things. I know that I'm probably still not doing very well on, yeah, see, this is still almost 300 watt hours per mile, which is just not good. It's just not good. I usually like it to be significantly lower than that, but that's okay. It's cooler out today. It's very windy. It's just not a great day weather-wise, though it is 65 degrees. Here we go. We're getting off, so we're from our center lane to the right lane. We're at a half a mile. So we get off, and then we are only 2/10 of a mile, so it must be right off the interstate. Looks like it's right over here on the right somewhere.
Now take exit 191 on the right.
Yeah, it's right over here. We are all preconditioned, but again, being at 30%, this is probably not going to go very well. This is another charger I have never been to.
Now, in 500 feet, turn right.
There's a Walmart on the left. I am making a right here. There they are, straight ahead. Let's see where we're gonna go. We're making a left. I don't know enough. This may have been the right thing. However,
1,000 feet, you will arrive at your destination.
yeah, that may have been the right thing to do. See, the chargers are well over on the left, and I think I see where the car was going to go, so I should have just let it go, I think. So 6 minutes is all we're going to be here for. All right, let's see. We are currently at 33%, and we're charging. We're at 124 kilowatts, which is fine. It's better than I thought it was going to be quite honest with you. And let's look down here. Continuing our trip, Fort Pierce is the next stop, and we'll arrive there at 124. Yeah, this says 5 minutes is all. Well, let me see how we get out of this parking lot. So far, I've been pretty impressed. This is a fairly good-sized parking lot to get out of. I only charged for, I don't know, I think it was 5 minutes. Next stop, Fort Pierce, and it looks like there we'll have a place for a burger. Nice. Waited for that truck about halfway through and then turned. We got a four-way stop here. So they should go, I should go now, but I didn't. But that was close enough that we're okay. Here we go. So this stop in Melbourne is right off of the interstate. So that part is pretty nice. We're getting in the correct lane because they're going to make a left and have to make a right, I think.
Now turn left onto North Wickham.
This could have been one of the best moves. And again, I just feel better and better constantly about this.
Now take the Interstate 95 South ramp on the right.
Oh, so perfect. All right, now there's a lot of traffic actually making turns to come on here. And that was the last one, so I should be okay now. I will get on here for 61 miles, and then that would be my last stop. Again, I did not need to make this stop, so I would have been able to do this in 2 stops instead of, I don't know what it's going to wind up being, maybe 4. Let's see how we merge on, and then I'll sign off for about an hour. Nice, nice, nice. Yep. Like all of them have been. And we're going to get over in the middle right away. All right, see you soon. Well, let me give you some updates here. We still have about 20 miles to go to our exit. This is a pretty good leg of driving. Right now, it looks like the actual driving is about 5% better than the estimate we had. Climate is exactly the same. Battery conditioning is 0.2, so it's literally 0 because we're not conditioning it. Elevation, nothing. And so pretty good. And at least we're down a little bit more now. We're down to 284 watt hours per mile. We have about 50 miles of range left at 30%, so you could probably do the math and figure out what we got there. So far so good on this particular leg. As with all of the previous ones, there have been no interventions at all. We are approaching our last stop of today. The current temperature is 71 degrees. The wind looks like it's died down tremendously, so of course that's good news. And let's see, everything else seems to be going okay, I think. 277 watt hours per mile. It's about as good as we've done today. So here we go, getting ready to get off. We're going to have to move over a couple of lanes. So here's one, and here's two. Nice. Very, very nice. We have, let's see, a half a mile to go. And then after we get off, we have about just over half a mile. And this is I think this is a main, this is a main road. This connects with the Florida Turnpike. So this is a heavy congested road.
Now keep right to take exit 129.
So let's see how we do. So here we are at Okeechobee Road. We're going to make a right, and a right, and a left. And there appears to be 38 available chargers. I think there's going to be a lot here. So 1/10 of a mile, I guess, at this traffic light right here, we're going to make a right.
Turn right onto Crossroads Parkway. Now
here we go.
Right onto Crossroads Parkway.
Again, it's another charger I've not been to.
Now turn right onto Peters Road.
Oh. Just a bit too quick there, but no harm done. And I think they're right there. It looks like brand spanking new chargers. I don't think there's 38 available, but anyway. I'm going to see how close this takes us. Yeah, these chargers right here are brand new. And look at this.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
Oh, there are a bunch of chargers. If you could see, they're all the new ones. It actually pulled into a charger. Not really what I wanted to do, but it tried. So let's do this. Let's pull in right there. Yeah, these are absolutely brand new. There's not much around here, by the way. It looks like it's a new shopping center of some kind. So nothing is yet open. But this is going to be a really good stop, guys, when this is all said and done. I'm going to leave you here, and this will be the end of the trip. I have a little ways to go, but I'm going to stay here 25 minutes only because I wanted to arrive with 40%, or else I would have probably stayed here for about between 5 and 8 minutes. So right now we are at 160 kilowatts, 165 kilowatts. So charging well right at this point. And let's see. So it says 20 more minutes and we're out of here as we head down to a very congested part of Florida, unfortunately, which will make, doesn't make driving happy. Great trip. No interventions. So I'm getting pretty used to that right now, and we're doing well. I will see you on the next trip. I see the wind's picked up a little bit, but as you can see, it is 71 degrees. And